Responsible grain will provide a baseline of practices Canadian growers can adopt voluntarily. It complements and builds on existing stewardship programs. These practices are what consumers and international buyers alike can follow and count on. Grounded in science, this baseline will allow you to use the best modern agronomic practices to maintain healthy soil, clean air and water, respect native wildlife, and provide a safe work environment for everyone involved on your farm. The thing that we need to remember about this code of practice, the development of responsible grain, is the fact that we're developing this in a draft form. And the major portion of this is going to be consultations across the country, from Atlantic Canada all the way through Ontario, Quebec, and all of the other provinces, to see what's workable on a farm, to see what's economically sustainable. So all of the provinces that grow grains, oilseeds, or special crops will have input and a substantial amount of time for this input. We will be reaching out to all the commodity organizations. They will be our first touch point, but every board that is connected to a commodity organization, and we were hoping to be able to contact through them. We're looking for individual comments, because those are the comments that we want, is how this impacts you on your farm. That's so critical to the underpinning of this whole process. Farmers are fundamental. Myself being a farmer for over 30 years, I think that's very important that farmers are part of the building process, part of the input as to what makes sense on a farm, what makes sense economically, environmentally, and socially. We think this will help with the issues that we all know are facing us now, and that's with the public trust, making sure that people understand how we produce food, that we produce it safely and responsibly. So this is an undertaking that's put together by the Canadian Roundtable for Sustainable Crops. Why is the Code of Practice being developed? Because it's time. Because it's time that farmers were actually allowed to show to those that consume what we grow on our farms that we are acting responsibly, that we care about the environment. Farmers live in the middle of the environment. I always argue that we are the fundamental environmentalists because we're, no pun intended, we're on the ground. We depend on the soil to grow our crops. We depend on rainfall. We depend on irrigation. We depend on making sure that we don't let our soil become eroded. And we've improved our practices. This code of practice will show the way for many farmers to continuously improve their methods of production that will help the environment, that will help sustain the environment.